We be live. Hello, Durud and Shalom.
Welcome back, everybody, to today's show. We have some breaking news conducting at the very second that we decided to go live. So CENTCOM has confirmed that right now they are conducting strikes on Keshm Island, Bandar Abbas, and Sirik are the areas confirmed, as well as Port of Jask. Minab also seems to be taking some hits again, so it seems like the positions that are same old are being hit once again. The strikes did just begin, so we're going to see if these are going to be escalatory in nature or if they're going to be the same locations and the same intensity as we've seen in the past week. Keep in mind that the IRGC have kept the strait closed, said that no foreign ships other than Iranian ships will be allowed to pass through. Bases across the Middle East have been taking massive hits, including Kuwait, Bahrain, Qatar, United Arab Emirates, and Jordan. All US bases in these countries were hit and have suffered damage. No casualties so far. It seems that CENTCOM has denied those rumors of casualties. But I anticipate that President Trump is not in a good mood. Seems to be that the alarm has been raised in the Islamic Republic at the moment, and President Trump strikes as the moment is unclear at which ferocity they are being conducted. However, I cannot imagine him being in a good mood, given that this was his only weekend to take off. He got verbal and some sort of actual agreement from the IRGC to stop shooting ships. They did the exact opposite. And his close friend, Lindsey Graham, has passed away last night due to cardiac arrest. That came as shocking news, and we will go through a statement that Senator Lindsey Graham did. He was a big proponent of the Iranian people, as well as Prince Reza Pahlavi offering his condolences. But let's begin with the breaking news that's happening. So we have strikes all throughout the southern coast of the Islamic Republic of Iran. This would be 1,700 kilometers, meaning that it's roughly half the distance of the United States. You take the United States, cut it in half. That is the range of the strikes that are happening at the moment. And I'm going to pull up the map for you guys so we can get started here. Armin, how did you feel when you got that news, by the way, that Senator Lindsey Graham had passed away?
I couldn't believe it. I woke up and I was like, nope, this is probably a dream.
Yeah.
I could not believe it. It took me a while to accept it.
Yeah. I couldn't believe it either. But I remember I texted you late last night, and then I was like, what is going on? So, all right. So to beginning us off here, President Trump posted a couple things on his Truth Social. Let me make this image bigger for you guys so you guys can see what this actually is. Those are the B-1 and B-2 bombers that did a flyover over Washington, D.C. That's the Washington Monument. He's posted that. He's posted the F-35. And it seems like he ordered strikes. That started about 30 minutes ago. So again, this is the most pressing sort of news right now that we're trying to see. Are the B-1 and B-2s being used? Are the F-35s being used here? Or are we just going to see the same bombardment that we've seen the nights before, which did nothing to deter the Islamic Republic from striking ships? Now, you guys might be asking, why is the Islamic Republic striking ships? Why aren't they smart enough to realize that they shouldn't mess with the United States of America? Well, the answer is simple. They need money, and they haven't been getting money, and they realized that the MOU was a complete farce in terms of them getting the $300 billion and frozen assets, oil money getting sold for American beans. They realized it was all BS. It was all crap. And they've latched onto the Strait of Hormuz, which is their only leverage, and they have vowed that no ships other than Iranian ships will be passing through. We don't know the actual traffic in the Strait of Hormuz. I couldn't find it actually, so I'm not sure if there is any traffic. But this is not looking so good for the world's oil markets in the long-term future, because these ships are getting more and more skeptical and afraid to travel through the Strait of Hormuz. And the threat level has been raised to critical, which means that there is pretty much an active war zone going on. So good luck to all those ships that are stuck there. I hope they do manage to get out. But don't you think that the Islamic Republic is making this choice to latch onto the Strait of Hormuz because they don't really have a choice here?
Again, there's no difference on this, whether you're on the Ghalibaf side or on the Paydari side of the Islamic Republic. Giving up control of the Strait of Hormuz right now would be suicide. Yeah, it would basically mean that they are sitting ducks after that, especially given that they're getting weaker on everything else as well.
You guys can think about it like this. If you're on the street and someone approaches you to mug you, they say, hand over your wallet. Are you going to hand over your wallet? Some people will say yes. Some people will say no. For those people who said no, well, you're going to probably have some consequences immediately. But to the people who said yes, when you hand over your wallet, what are the chances of that person saying, okay, now give me your shoes and your watch and the clothes on your back? The Islamic Republic has figured out that if it gives up its leverage, its proxies, they fought for their proxies, they gave them up. They're fighting for the Strait of Hormuz. They're also losing on that front. Their military capabilities are actually being degraded, not destroyed, degraded, lessened. But still, the massive amount of damage that this is doing to the economic aspect is unclear at the moment. I don't know if the damage is severe. I don't know if ships are going to come back. Is the insurance cost going to be too high? We've seen that in previous conflicts around the world, when straits were on conflict like this, traffic never actually returned back to the way it was before the conflict. And that is largely a worry for the United States of America here, given that our oil reserves are only 50 million barrels away from being in a danger zone. And on the bright side, the strikes that are being conducted right now, and I'll get an image for you guys. These strikes are largely in this area. There are some more strikes happening, but this is the area to focus on. And the reason for that is because the USS Boxer is in CENTCOM area. We don't know if it's a week away, 2 weeks away. I mean, still on the water in the ocean. We haven't had any satellite confirmation that it's here. We do have satellite confirmation that the USS Abraham Lincoln and the George H.W. Bush are here. And they have assumed defensive and offensive positions at the same time, because that's a cool thing that they can do here. So we'll actually show you guys where they are. They are exactly right there, right off the coast of Oman here. And the position that they've taken up is full combat preparedness. So you have these ships that are the destroyers providing cover for them. And that's how largely the aircraft carriers get protection, because the destroyers come in and intercept the missiles that are flying towards them. So they're ready, obviously, to both launch aircraft off their decks and to be defended. That Trump's Truth Social post, the fact that right now over the Middle East, I have probably not, in my recent memory, seen more refueling tankers, both Israeli and US, up in the air so far. The Israelis have assumed forward positions with their jets and refueling tankers over Iraq at the moment. And it seems like we just got a report by Shin, so confirmed, that 2 explosions are in the Markazi province, so the central province of Iran. And I'm trying to wonder, city Khandab. Okay, so let's go back to the map here and let's put a pin so we can figure out. And that would be, there it is. This is where we're looking at. Where is this? Come on. Oh, okay. It's nearer Tehran than it is to Isfahan, I think. Interesting. Okay, so this is where the strike just happened. Wow.
Wait,
IRGC channels.
Right now?
Yeah, right now. So right now, near Hamadan, in the city of Khondab, Shin has reported that there are 2 explosions, as we can see here. So I'm going to go ahead and add a pin to that for our own tracking.
Wait, this is not, guys, this is significant. If true, this is not southern Iran.
This is central Iran. And I did say that Israeli refueling tankers and jets were active over Iraq just a second ago. So this may be Israeli green light. It makes sense for them to strike central Iran, but we're going to have confirmation of that. Two explosions in Khandab is not a is not a significant deal unless there was someone in particular hiding there, which I would highly doubt. But if we see strikes on central cities like Isfahan, potentially even further down like Shiraz, the capital Tehran, those are significant. But it does seem like IRGC channels are blaring a state of maximum emergency has been announced in Iran. They are anticipating something here. Okay, so we'll continue to monitor that. I'm going to keep an eye on that. But we also have another interesting update. So the actual military of Iran, the Artesh, has also gotten orders to evacuate some of their positions. We have never seen this before.
wow.
Not even during the, I mean, maybe during the 40-day war, but I doubt it because the Artesh wasn't targeted whatsoever, even during the 40-day war. This does come to be as new news to me. I'm not exactly sure why this is happening. There's no reasoning being given to it. But yeah, we'll end up seeing what's happening here. There's a lot of strange things. A lot of strange things. Okay, yep, just more confirmations that there's intense refueling activity over the Persian Gulf and Iraq as well. So with that, while we're waiting, let's go through and give you guys updates on all of the US bases that were hit last night and largely this morning. So let's start off with the most expected one. So Kuwait here was indeed hammered, but it was hit in a special, different type of way. So the Kuwaiti Ministry of Defense and Army, whatever you want to call it, declared that the Islamic Republic struck their oil infrastructure. An offshore oil rig was actually hit and is on fire, as well as 3 of their northern border posts. So this was be a drilling platform that was on the water in the ocean. It was hit by a drone. Seems like people were injured because of it. And some of their border posts along the Iraqi border were also hit and blown up. So that was, why are you hitting oil infrastructure? There's no military target to that, really, unless you're in full-out war with the country. Delay Islamic Republic, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah,
But
they
if we
keep
move down,
telling us that they keep telling us that they're only hitting U.S. military bases, nothing else. But then they keep hitting oil infrastructure. They did the
Yeah.
same thing with Qatar a while back.
Strange. And if we go down the Persian Gulf to Bahrain, we can see that the small city-state country of Bahrain was also hit multiple times. Many interceptions did take place, but they were still hit at the end of the day. The damage was minimal, though, and nothing serious. But the 2 countries that were interestingly hit were Qatar and United Arab Emirates. So Qatar took some clashes here. And most importantly,
Ali. Qatar
Yes.
was attacked the day after Araghchi was there
correct.
for a friendly visit. So Araghchi
Correct.
went there, sat with the Qatari people. The foreign minister of the Islamic Republic went to Qatar, had a friendly meeting with them, ate at their table, left, and then the Islamic Republic bombed them.
Absolutely. And here's the worrying part. On screen, you guys can see that there's a list of the US bases that were hit. And on this list is the Al Udeid base in Qatar. So this is significant because the Al Udeid base just recently had close to 50 refueling tankers parked there. They were moved from Israel to Qatar because the US military largely thought that Qatar was not going to be hit. They were going to be safe there. Why else would you want to park your planes so close to the Islamic Republic if you didn't think that they were safe? They got hit. They got hit directly. I mean, the hangars got hit directly, and we actually don't know if the planes inside are, if they're okay, if they're not, if they've been blown up. We don't really know about that, and I don't think any information will come on that because U.S. military, why would they release that information? But that's not a good sign when you have that many important aircraft there for that base to get hit. That is an escalation because previously there was kind of an unwritten agreement. Hey, Islamic Republic hit Kuwait and Bahrain. We got nothing really there. Just hit them. Don't kill our soldiers. Everything's fine.
Correction. Steve corrected me. He was in Oman He ate there, he left, and they bombed Oman. So it was Oman, which is even worse. Yeah. Thank you
Right,
for the
right.
correction. Yeah, thank you for the correction. So Arakshi was in Oman, went there for a friendly meeting, ate with them, ate their food, left, and then they got bombed. So just a
Yeah.
correction. Yeah, thank you. Yeah.
And then keep in mind, guys, not only was the Qatari base hit, which actually had important equipment on there, but when the Kuwaiti northern border posts were hit, that's actually used by the U.S. Army to launch HIMAR missiles. Those were also hit. Again, the extent of damage is hard to say. We can look at satellite imagery, and I'll show you some in a second here. But both Abu Dhabi and Dubai was also hit last night, which is the United Arab Emirates. And lastly, the last US base to be hit was here in Jordan, in Azraq. And this one, we have some clear imagery onto how exactly it was hit. So, one of the hangars got completely blown up. Was there anything in it? I have no idea. But that thing is a pile of rubble at the moment. So, it seems to have taken a direct hit. So, right there, the hangar's there, and then boom, it just turns into a cloud of mush and concrete. That suffers a direct hit there. And largely, they can see that actually parts of the airstrip was also struck, and some of the buildings and the base were also struck. The claims are that this was a Reaper drone base. We don't really know, but it's still a military base, and it was still hit. It's not a great. This is what it looks like. The whole base and the airstrip there actually took a hit. They'll probably repair it soon, but hey, it's not, that's some escalation right there. And it did take, this base actually was hit 3 days ago as well by 10 ballistic missiles. One of them did land through and make a huge crater. We showed you guys that image earlier. UAE was hit, guys. So UAE, Qatar, Kuwait, Bahrain, Jordan.
Really? UAE was hit? I didn't know that. I thought UAE was spared.
Yeah, no, both Abu Dhabi and Dubai were taking hits, but I believe that the explosions were just in the air. But keep in mind, so in the air means interceptions, right? But also keep in mind, these countries do their best to hide any evidence of explosions on their actual soil or even in the air. They have banned all photography and filming for a long time on these, and any information is punishable by the law. So it's kind of hard to get some information out of them. Let's do a quick check here.
Saudi was spared, right?
Saudi was spared.
Saudi was spared.
Yeah, Saudi Arabia was not hit.
Saudi Arabia hasn't been targeted for a long time, hey? And also in the posters that they put of the people they want to kill for revenge, they don't include the Saudis anymore. They include the Bahrain, the leader, the king of Bahrain, king of Kuwait, king of UAE, but not Saudi Arabia.
True.
Interesting.
So we have some breaking updates on the explosion. So Bushehr nuclear plant has been directly struck. The building next to the actual reactor has been struck. Let's just put nuclear struck there. And
wait, by who?
Where's by the US. So they're still conducting strikes here. And then let's go to
But why would they hit Bushehr? Bushehr is not like an enrichment uranium facility. And isn't that dangerous to hit?
Bushehr's been hit every single night. Every time they've struck for the past week, Bushehr's been hit.
But why?
They are claiming, largely analysts are claiming that the civilian nuclear enrichment there that's happening or program that they have has been expanding in the past couple of months, and they're eliminating the expansion.
That is very sneaky because they're bringing enrichment of uranium in a place that they know it's risky to hit. Ali, do you understand what I'm saying? This is very evil by the Islamic Republic. Because guys, the place you enrich uranium, if you hit that, it's not very risky to the environment and to, I don't know, radioactive material that much. Okay. The place that you turn the enriched uranium into electricity, that is dangerous facility to hit. If you hit that, then you could get nuclear material everywhere, and that would be devastating, especially if it's next to
Yes,
the Persian Gulf and you could get to the sea. So these
exactly.
mother tuckers, instead of keeping these separate, they're bringing the enrichment of uranium close to where it's dangerous to hit so that they don't hit it. That is some evil. Okay. If I'm right about this, that's evil stuff.
Yeah. And Miss Hypnotic here is saying the Russians have personnel there too. They used to. They actually evacuated their personnel. And actually, Russia declared last week that they are not returning their personnel back due to the danger. And then, a few days after they declared that, Bushehr's been taking some heavy hits all the time. And let's show you a bit of breaking news that just happened. So, it's a U.S. official, CENTCOM spokesman, Captain Tim Hawkins, who we've seen before. Oh, wow, there's a lot of news. Captain Tim Hawkins, who usually gives us the CENTCOM reports, said within the past hour, the IRGC just fired again on ships. The
What?
U.S. aircraft, we shot down an Iranian cruise missile and a attack drone, but they fired. They fired on ships again today, past hour. This is right now.
What the hell?
So the IRGC is not letting up on their strikes on commercial shipping. And we actually do have some more confirmations of heavy jet activity over Baghdad. So that would be here. And then we also have jet activity over Shiraz. But this is probably Islamic Republic Air Force, not confirmed. Okay, yep. So all the locations that we usually see are being hit. So that would be here. Let's put a pin on that just in case. Sirik, which is right there. Shabahar, right there. Bandar Jess, we put one. Okay, so that's all we know so far. Largely the same strikes that have been happening. All right, while we wait for some breaking news, let's get caught up on some other things. Should I show you guys something funny first or something sad? Armin, what do you think? What do you want, the sad or the funny? Which one first?
And let's do sad. Let's do the sad
Okay.
so we could recover after with the funny.
All right, so let's go to South Carolina, where after Lindsey Graham visited Ukraine and coming back one day afterwards suffered cardiac arrest and has passed away. May he rest in peace. Crown Prince Reza Pahlavi expresses his condolences and reaffirms that Senator Lindsey Graham was a steadfast friend to the Iranian people and a proud defender of freedom, that he stood on the right side of history. And this may be his most famous moment in the Munich rally, where over 200,000 Iranians showed up. Lindsey Graham took the flag of the Lion and Sung, raised it up, and hundreds of thousands of Iranians roared in approval for him. And he spoke about this moment multiple times afterwards. So seemingly he did not forget the Iranian people, because we can also see his statements. I'm going to show you guys one of them. People often ask me, this is Senator Lindsey Graham before he passed. This was back in January. People often ask me, what should we do next when it comes to the murderous religious Nazi regime in Iran? It's pretty simple. Stand by the protesters demanding an end to their oppression, but it's going to take more than standing by them. We must stop those who are responsible for killing the people by any means necessary ASAP. Make the Iranian people safe again. So he had largely the right idea to go after the Islamic Republic's repression forces, and he often spoke of the Iranian people. So I have fond memories of him, and may he rest in peace.
Can I read some what the Iranian people are posting about this on social
Yeah.
media? Okay.
Well, you pull that up. Guys, so a lot of people think that he was potentially poisoned or assassinated by the Islamic Republic. As someone, he's 71 years old. And just to give you guys a quick statistic, the first time you come into contact with heart disease, like a stroke or cardiac arrest, you pretty much have a 50% chance of surviving your first encounter. And there are usually no signs that a stroke or a heart attack or cardiac arrest are happening. Most people don't get it checked anyway, so I would highly recommend people get checked. But yes, your first encounter, 50% survival rate.
Okay. So I have a list of things I want to show about Senator Lindsey Graham. Okay. So let's go over here and then remove this and add this. Okay. First, I want to start with this one. Senator Lindsey Graham was the greatest friend of the Iranian people in the US government. And the Iranian people have been devastated ever since this news came out. And I was on my show earlier today, streaming in Persian to people in Iran. And we started with talking about Lindsey Graham. But even after, when we start talking about other topics, the comments in the live chat was all just continue to be about the devastation they experienced because of Lindsey Graham. Lindsey Graham not being here with us anymore. So this is a really sad day. Lindsey Graham was not. This is not just a loss for America. This is a loss for Iran. This is a loss for Israel. This is a loss for Ukraine. This is the life for the free world and all people who fight for liberty. Because Lindsey Graham was a champion for liberty. And here he is defending our leader, Prince Reza Pahlavi. So let me just start with that one.
Senator Lindsey Graham here with the Crown Prince of Iran. I have followed you, your passion, the way you articulate the hope of your people. It will be up to the people of Iran to pick their next leader. I can't wait till they have a chance to do that. But you are really risen to the occasion, compelling narrative for the long-suffering people of Iran. And I believe with all my heart that help is on the way.
Senator, thank you so much for all your words of support for my compatriots in the darkest time in our history. But hopefully, as we say in Iran, in Farsi, the end of the dark night is light. And this is probably the first time we are so close to victory. You witnessed the resilience of my compatriots. They are fighting a brave fight, and any solidarity can only help them achieve that goal sooner. I've been committed to this all my life to serve my nation, and hopefully, as the senator just said, we hope that the Iranian people will this time have complete freedom and the choice will be theirs. We are here to serve them to make that choice in freedom, and that's what my commitment. And thank you for your support, Senator.
Thank you. And President Trump, thank you for picking the people over the Ayatollah. You're the first one to do that. Thank you for acknowledging that the only way you can make Iran great again is for the protesters to win over the regime. And I believe that day is at hand. And to the American people, it matters to us. This is the largest state sponsor of terrorism on the planet. They have American blood on their hands. And the people protesting in the streets could be our best friends. God bless them.
God bless the United States of America and the American friends, and God bless the Iranian people.
Amen.
And then he also said this.
All the anti-Seminites, to all the isolationists, I don't believe. Forget it. I'm not with you. I'm with Israel. I will be with Israel to our dying day. All the anti-Seminites, to all the isolationists.
He also has a video saying that we need to arm the Iranian people. I don't know if I could have that. Let me just quickly. Okay, while let me just give me a second. Let me play this. President Trump said this about Lindsey Graham while I go find that earlier today. President Trump mentioned this.
He was, Mr. President, and I know that we are all just absorbing this news. We are all in shock. Can you tell us, Mr. President, how you received this news and your immediate gut reaction when you heard it?
So what makes it even stranger is that I got a call last night sometime at, the early evening, maybe in the 7s, and he called and he said, we're all set for the Save America Act. He was pushing the Save America Act like crazy. He got back, said he just landed from Ukraine. I said, that's a long trip to make. He said, he sounded a little tired, but perfect, but a little bit tired. I had a right to be. And he was a worker. He was really a worker, but he sounded great actually. But he actually said he was tired, but he wanted to pass the Save America Act. And I said, well, we're going to get it done, Lindsey. We're going to get it done. I'll see you soon. We thought maybe we might even meet today. And then that was it. And that was, very around the time. It couldn't have been much longer. It could have been his last call. I don't know exactly, but I got a message about 1:00 in the morning from one of the people at his office that he had passed away. I said, I just can't believe it. He was like a member of the family to me. It's very tough, actually. It's amazing.
Mr. President.
Okay, here is Lindsey Graham knowing exactly what needs to be done to help the Iranian.
We don't need American boots on the ground. We've got millions of boots on the ground in Iran. They just don't have any weapons. Give them the weapons so they can rise up like we did to destroy this regime. A Second Amendment solution, I think, would go a long way to ending this war.
Exactly. Before I go to the beautiful messages of the Iranian people, let me tell you what the state TV of the Islamic Republic is saying.
عرض کنم به درک واصل شدن لیندسی گراهام، سناتور جنگ طلب و ضد ایرانی آمریکا رو به ملت بزرگ ایران شاد باش عرض میکنم. با ادامه برنامه‌ها از شبکه خبر.
So she's basically saying, I congratulate the Iranian nation on warmongering anti-Iran U.S. Senator Lindsey Graham's being sent to hell. That's what they're saying officially on state TV. I'm not going to play this one because this one is too long. It's like longer than that one. This guy is saying, and basically something similar. So I'm going to just make it this. They also posted this poster of, it seems like they're trying to take credit for him dying. So they're basically suggesting that the rest are going to happen soon. So you can see Israeli, American politicians and leaders. Netanyahu is there. President Trump is there. You can see UAE, Bahrain, and Kuwait is there. Again, for some reason, Saudi Arabia is not there anymore, which is interesting. But they put Lindsey Graham here and they crossed it as if like this is them and they're going to start. So now that we covered that garbage, let's go to the nicer messages. This is by Kamran, who is part of Princess of Pahlavi's Nufti team. He posted this saying on February 14th, 250,000 Iranians marched for freedom in Munich. This was one of the largest gathering of the Iranian people in the world. Like it wasn't just Munich. This was 250,000 Iranians there, but they were in many other cities as well. And Lindsey Graham was in Munich with Princess of Pahlavi, and he showed up in front of these people. So this was back then. He's saying a surprise guest took the stage, Lindsey Graham. The crowd erupted in chants of USA, USA, USA. The senator was visibly moved. He grabbed the lion and sun flag and waved it proudly. Iranians will never forget. So, guys, when he first came on stage, the Iranian people were chanting USA, USA, USA. But then when he went back and grabbed the lion and sun flag, they just started cheering like crazy. So this was a huge moment for the Iranian people when he did that. Thank you. So This is the image of that day when he grabbed the lion and sun flag. This is the main thing the Iranian people remember of that, other than the I'll show you the second thing that the Iranian people remember, but this was one of them when he grabbed the lion and sun flag, and the Iranian people loved it. Then there was this here.
You have a just cause. What
So
happens?
this is his message to the Iranian people.
You have a just cause. What happens to you will change the world one way or the other. If we stand behind you and help you achieve your freedom, the world will move toward the light. The opposite is true. I have chosen you over the Ayatollah. The world needs to choose you, the Iranian people, over the Ayatollah. You represent the best of mankind. He represents the darkest of mankind. Keep protesting. Help is on the way.
That's what he always said. So let me put, like, right now on social media, Iranians are, everything. The Iranians are putting so many messages, like it's flooded on Iranian social media, on X, on Instagram, with messages of sadness regarding what has happened. The Iranian people feel like they lost their best friend in the U.S. government, and so Iranian people called him Amu Lindsay. Amu Lindsay means Uncle Lindsay. So here it says Amu Lindsay, زنده با Senator Lindsey Graham. مثل این که تو let me just read the English one for you. So Uncle Lindsey, the late Senator Lindsey Graham, saying, it's like in Iran they call me Uncle Lindsey, and that's a good thing. Yeah, this is another video that the Iranian people loved, because Lindsey Graham figured out that we call him Amu Lindsay or Uncle Lindsey, and then he talked about it.
Apparently, I'm commonly referred to as Uncle Lindsey in Iran, and apparently that's a good thing. Apparently, I'm commonly referred to as Uncle Lindsey in Iran, and apparently that's a good thing.
Yeah. So here's a message by an Iranian here. I'm just selecting a few to show it to you. This person is saying, I saw that the Iranians call me Uncle Lindsey, and then in Persian, this person is saying, all the evil of the world today is happy, and all the good of the world is sad that a great patriot has been lost from the world. May his memory be cherished and eternal. And let me play this. This is what the Iranian people made.
Make Iran great again. Morgan, your hat made it to Munich. Make Iran great by picking the people, not the Ayatollah. Make Iran great by putting the people in charge. God bless you all. Iran will be great again when the people are in charge. Help is on the way.
So there were so many videos like this being made by Iranians. This person is saying, Bedrud Mard Buzorg Faramoshat Nemikonim. This is saying, farewell, great man, we will never forget you. And again, they keep posting this video again of him making. And this person made like their view of what will happen once Iran is free. They will make a statue of him in Tehran holding the lion and sun flag. And the caption here says, the man who fought for freedom and always stood by the freedom seekers. Your memory is forever in our hearts, Uncle Lindsey, Amu Lindsey. And then here's another person made another video in Persian. He says, we will bring Iran to greatness. Uncle Lindsey, you are the only foreigner who will always remain in our hearts. And they made this video.
Make Iran great again. Morgan, your hat made it to Munich. Make Iran great by picking the people, not the Ayatollah. Make Iran great by putting the people in charge. God bless you all. Iran will be great again when the people are in charge. Help is on the way.
And the last one, I just show you this. I'm just mostly sharing. It's the same video, but I just wanted to share you how sad the Iranian people feel today. So he's saying, I never thought this video would make me cry one day. Uncle Lindsay, where are you? When there was no one more honorable than you in that country's politics. And this is the video that they're playing again.
Apparently, I'm commonly referred to as Uncle Lindsay in Iran, and apparently that's a good thing.
Yeah. Anyway, sorry I took your segment, Ellie. I just wanted to share this list, but hopefully that was okay.
No, not at all. Yeah, of course.
Okay. Back to you.
I wonder who's gonna replace him, and if he's going to be the replacement, if they're going to be as pro-Iranian people. I mean, I find it hard to believe that they'll be as pro-Iranian people as Lindsey Graham was.
Yeah, I don't think he's replaceable. We lost our greatest friend in the U.S. government. We lost a friend and we lost an ally.
So, before I find it a little bit inappropriate to show you guys the funny clip right after that. So we'll go back into the breaking news that's happening at the moment. We have some new strikes in new locations, but they are still on the southern coast of Iran. So let's take a look here. And we go to the city of Bandar Mahshar has also been hit again. This is hosting, I think, the third fleet of the IRGC, or what used to be of it. And Ahvaz has actually suffered multiple explosions at the moment. Unclear as to what they're hitting in this city, but they are bombarding it as we speak. Multiple explosions, not just one or two. So as of now, we have Khondab explosion, which is actually very close to Arak. And Arak has a nuclear heavy water facility there. So maybe someone heard actually Arak being exploded. We know all along the coast here, guys, all along the coast here, we are seeing strikes, which we have seen in the nights before. There's also confirmation that in the city of Tehran, on the western portion of it, there is jet activity. So now we have potential Islamic Republic Air Force jet activity over western Tehran and Esfahan and Shiraz. Or at least, you know, the 40-year-old jets that they have. So, with that, trying to see you guys here. Those are all the explosions. I want to make sure you guys get everything done there. Great. Okay, so moving on to a bit of more good news. If we go into Israel and we go into the Gaza Strip, where Hamas have been found to have a weapons productions factory. Now, I can think you guys all know what happens to weapons production factories of terrorists. The IDF has leveled it to the ground.
Wow.
So if you're wondering why everyone was able to have a camera pointed at it, it's because the IDF, as per usual, gives civilians warnings to evacuate the area before they conduct strikes like this.
Wow.
And with that, now we can go to the funny clip. Yeah.
Ali, but how is that possible? Like, if you're trying,
aren't they committing a genocide?
If you're trying to do genocide, isn't that like the opposite of what you're supposed to be doing?
So strange. So weird.
Why
would you notify people to evacuate?
Israelis, I know you are good at many things, and I really celebrate you guys being at the top of, finance, entrepreneurship, technology, science. But you guys suck at genocide. You guys suck at genocide. I don't know how you haven't figured this out, that this is not the way.
Yeah. And okay, so cool. I'm still monitoring it. We're just having more explosions in the same areas so far. We can theorize about if Trump has made some sort of decision after this, but let's get caught up on everything first. And we have a good clip to show you guys. So good and then funny. So back to the Black Sea where Crimea is. The Russian oil fleet has once again taken another 14 ships out. So the Ukrainian drone operators just love going after the Russian oil fleet here, and it looks like they're able to customize their target here with a heart.
Is that a heart in the middle?
That this operator has put a heart.
This is an actual love tap.
Yeah.
Guys, look at they put a heart for their target. This is an actual love tap. The Russians are getting love taps.
Yeah. I mean, that ship's on fire. That ship's taken like 10 hits so far, and they're still hitting it. This is the same guy, the same operator. It's the green heart, and he's still going after it. So yeah, another 14 ships.
They're going to the ship. They're just kissing it. It's like a kiss.
So this is actually really important because, and this is a different ship that he's striking, but guys, this is crazy because now there's over 70 oil tankers from the Russian Federation that have been taken out of commission in this week. 70 ships, and this was a planned operation by the Ukrainian forces. And I mean, 70 oil tankers is a very, very large amount. That, along with all of the major oil refineries, including the biggest one in Russia, being taken out, I am very skeptical of the Russian nation's ability to function at this point. I mean, gas is $15 a gallon in Russia at the moment, if you can find it. Crimea is about to be invaded, and let's take a look at what the Russians are doing to, fight these drones, because I've never seen this technique before. I'm wondering if you guys have. Let me know. Let's take a look here. So this is a Russian position that's an anti-aircraft gun, and I don't know. I don't know if this will work. You guys let me know. But yeah, let's see it.
Oh wow! Oh my god! Wow. Again! Wait, no, again.
I'm not sure. Does he get it? He gets it.
Get
and
it?
then yeah,
How did they?
He comes back up. So let's take a look again. So this guy, I don't know, maybe he saw something, but he got a little too excited there, and he ends up flying off the platform, and actually almost taking out his commanding officer at the same time. That's outstanding, soldier. You know what must have also hurt?
One more time.
Right here, when he's getting there to try to stop the gun, this gun's like hundreds of pounds, and this guy's getting his arm slapped. I'm surprised he didn't break his arm there. Let's watch that again. I mean, he gets thrown off that platform.
Oh my god!
I mean, I'm surprised he held on here. He's holding on to the trigger and everything. He's just still going. As he's flying off, the gun is still going.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Okay.
Wow. That could have turned out so ugly though. Jesus.
But yeah, so going back to the news, we have some more lights in the skies, ladies and gentlemen. So this is Iraq along the border with Kuwait. So this is southern Iraq, and there are more lights in the sky. People are largely believing that these are missiles that are launched from Kuwaiti territory they're going towards the Islamic Republic. Yasuj. Where's the Yasuj? Let me find that. Where is Yasuj in Iran? Is that central, southern? Okay, southern. All right, so, and then we have another explosion in Yasuj over here, southern Iran. A little bit more inland, and that makes sense because it seems like the Islamic Republic can fire missiles from further inland towards the Strait of Hormuz. We've seen them go to Iranshahr as well, which is, I think, the second biggest city in Sistan Balochistan, or the second most important city there. You know, I mean, it seems like there's preparations for something. It doesn't seem like they're just bombing like just radar sites anymore that they were before. It seems like the United States military is going after particularly missile launchers at this point.
Some people are saying that this looks like them preparing for a ground invasion.
Yeah.
Taking out whatever they need to bringing the Marines. Some people are suggesting that.
Yeah, that's exactly what I thought when I went on Thursday. I think it was Thursday or Wednesday when they started striking. It seemed to me, if you're striking the entirety of the southern coast of Iran here, guys, let's draw a little measurement. So we're hitting from right about there to, I think, right about here. Let's go back out. No. And then, okay, so that's roughly 800 miles. Okay. So all of this coast is being, I mean, if we're going to keep the coastline, though, that's going to be significantly more than 800 miles. It's just a straight line. So let's actually disregard that. Okay, now it's stuck. Get me off. Okay. So that's interesting. So there's Kuwait missile launches. Again, this is probably the U.S. military here in this region. I wonder where those missiles are going, though. I mean, we did just hear strikes in Yasuj, so those missiles may have been launched from over here and landed right there. And Ahvaz as well, actually. So the Ahvaz strikes were also probably that. But okay. So, what is the Islamic Republic going to do now? What choice do they have? Oh, interesting. Some spicy super chats there. We'll read them later. What is the Islamic Republic going to do? Do you think, Armin, that they will potentially stop shooting at ships? Do you think there's going to be a way where they are going to let the ships go through at this point? Because we've seen everything go against that. They've actually been, you know, they had the opportunity to apologize, issue a public statement. They didn't do it. They closed it. They're firing on ships yesterday, the day before. Today, CENTCOM confirmed they're again firing on ships today. I don't really see them letting go of this one. And at this point, it doesn't really seem like Ghalibaf is going to be able to throw the, it wasn't me, it was the hardliner IRGC commanders. I don't think that's going to fly anymore. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, the Americans should respond a lot more significantly than what we've seen so far. But even if they do, the impression that we're getting from both sides' behavior is neither side wants to escalate to a level that we saw like during the 40-day war, right? So at least that's the impression that we're getting from both sides. So even if it escalates more, people are saying that based on the behavior from both sides, neither side is ready to go to that level. So it will take, but also the impression on both sides is, the impressions on both sides right now is that there will be the third war coming, right? The third war is coming, but just not right now, right? So given the way that both sides are behaving, unless they're, you know, faking it so that they could do a surprise move, but based on observable behavior, it seems like the Islamic Republic is trying to signal that we're going to do some tough talking. We're going to hit some things, but we are not interested in going into a full-scale head-to-head military operation right now. So we're going to, we might talk really tough, but we're going to be show to the Americans that our responses will be limited, right? And the Americans also seem to be increasing the way that they are hitting right now, making it 5 times as stronger than they used to, but still not at all close to what we were used to during the 40-day war. Not at all get close to that. And they're also signaling to the Islamic Republic that, yeah, we're going to come and be very aggressive against you, but we won't escalate unless you don't, as long as you don't escalate. But so both of them are at the same time, though, getting ready for something that they think is inevitable, which is a major escalation. So the first war was in June 2025 with Operation Midnight Hammer and the 12-day war by Israel. The second war was the 40-day war after 40 days, for 40 days after February 28th, and it was 28, right? Or 25th? I forgot. Okay. So, and then with Operation Epic Fury and Roaring Lion, and just like we expected after Operation Midnight Hammer for this to eventually get to a second phase, and it did. Now the expectation is that we're going to get to 28. The expectation is that now that we're going to go to a third one as well. And there's a lot of signs that suggest that we will have a third one, right? So but right now the division within the Islamic Republic, other than the people who other than the political division regarding, get revenge or not get revenge or get revenge later, there also among the people within the military seems to be a division on the timing of this, because their understanding is that one way or another America is going to attack. So some people within the Islamic Republic are arguing that, okay, then we should do it earlier so that we don't do it based on their timing, right? So why would we wait for when this is convenient for President Trump? We should do it at a time that is not convenient for President Trump. So that is something that might make this military operation end up happening sooner than either side wants, because the United States will also know that this is their calculation. So they might end up attacking sooner so that they have the upper hand, not the Islamic Republic. You're muted.
I've had that thought for a while now, that why wouldn't the Islamic Republic just close the Bab el-Mandeb with the Houthis, close the Strait of Hormuz, apply as much pressure as they possibly can right before the midterms and during the midterms, which is right now pretty much. We are 4 months away from the midterms. Why not ramp up pressure on Donald Trump, knowing that Donald Trump might be unwilling to bring things back to the level at which it was during the 40-day war?
Well, because then he will be willing if you do that.
That's the gamble that they're willing to take, apparently.
Right. Because then he will go from unwilling to willing if you go that far. Also, the Houthis are not cooperating as much as before because they can't. And the Islamic Republic doesn't have as much ability. So both sides have their limitations right now, right? The United States doesn't, it's not, for United States, it's not military limitation. It's a little bit of that because of the missile interceptors, but it's also political limitation and also not having enough oil reserves. Right, when we started Operation Epic Fury, they had so much oil reserves, so they could take they had enough cushion for the oil supply, for the oil's supply chain to be disrupted without really affecting oil prices, because they just tapped into the reserves. Right now they don't have that, so that's what holds back the Americans. Among the it's the midterms, the munitions, the market, and the media. These are the 4 limitations the United States have. The Islamic Republic is, their economy is devastated. They don't have as much launchers and as much missiles as they had before. They going back to they would not be able to put pressure on Israel even remotely as much as they were able to do before. Hezbollah is weakened, so they can't put pressure as much before like that. Iraq's Hashd al-Shabi and the proxies there have been weakened, right? Also, the Islamic Republic saw how effective the U.S. blockade was, so putting that back on will devastate them even more economically. It will suffocate them. And also, the people who are making these decisions are also afraid that if they go back to full military operations, it's not just United States. United States is also going to give the green light to Israel, and Israel will just go and kill the remaining people that they left behind last time.
Absolutely. We actually have a lower level assassination that took place today, right now. So when they hit Ahvaz earlier, we just got confirmation right now that a IRGC deputy of logistics of an area in Ahvaz was targeted and eliminated. This level of senior officials are being targeted. So they're regional city officials that are being targeted. It's not really like, the general leadership of the Islamic Republic. They're being left alone. And the regional ones are being targeted. So that's a slight shift, or maybe some sort of signaling there. Again, if this is signaling, the U.S. is trying to tell the Islamic Republic, hey, we're approaching that threshold where we're going to come after you directly, but we're not there yet. And it seems that if that's the case, the U.S. is also signaling that they're okay with the level of engagement that's happening so far. What do you think about that?
Yeah, that makes sense.
So escalation is trying to be avoided by both sides, but engagement isn't.
Yep. Also, put into your calculation the crisis of legitimacy as well, and the fact that the Islamic Republic needs to show something to because it needs to show that it's responding strong to the United States as well. How do you put that in as well in everything else you say?
It seems like that crisis of legitimacy is unclear as to how much it'll work, but I think they have the structure down because they're redirecting the people pretty well, it seems. The regime supporters are way too stupid to realize the nuances that they're being told about. I think they're largely going to follow in line. Ghalibaf's done a competent job. It seems like he's been preparing to take power his whole life. You would think that. I'm just kidding, guys. He actually has.
But that's true when it comes to the leaders, okay? What about the masses? The masses are still angry. And I mean, if the masses, if they didn't care about the masses and how dangerous that is, that the people, that the base of support of the Islamic Republic is turning against them, they wouldn't be firing at the ships. Like the fact that they fired at the ships shows that, I mean, it's not just that, they also can't afford to lose the Strait of Hormuz.
They cannot afford it, yeah. But it also helps. I mean, they're fighting against Americans, and largely the past few nights they've been firing missiles at the U.S. Navy as well, to tell their own supporters we're actually fighting the Americans directly, not just targeting the Arab countries' bases.
So do you think the Islamic Republic could just ignore like a lot of its base of support being angry about what they're doing, and the only calculation is based on maintaining leverage?
I don't think they can ignore it. I think that's why they're pushing so hard right now and finding that line where the U.S. is not going to go back to full-on war, which is apparently this. Apparently they can hit ships every day, or try to hit ships every day, and the U.S. will just, continue to degrade their missile launching capabilities, and that's about it. Again, do these guys have a plan for more than 2 weeks in the future? I don't think so, but we're starting to see some signs that they're developing longer term plans here.
I have a new video that just came from inside Iran. Should I play that, and then after that we go to the super chats?
Yeah,
because
absolutely.
we have a lot. All right. let me show you guys. We got a new video from inside Iran. So someone in Iran wrote on a wall, "Uncle Lindsay, your memory will always live in the hearts of Iranians." So this is in Iran.
Uncle Lindsay, your memory will always live on in the hearts
of Iranians. This is in Iran.
That's nice.
Oh, where?
Wait, what?
Hold on, just
Okay.
This is Garda Javidan Payande Iran Javid Shah. So the immortal guard, long live Iran, long live the king. And then also I got another video. Look at so candlelight visual in front of the U.S. Embassy in London to mark the death of Lindsey Graham. And look at the flags. You see the UK flag, and you see the Iran flag. You see the American flag over there. Let's see what other flags you see. Okay, the Israeli flag is there. So see all the flags that you expect. Iran flag, Lion and Sun, Iran flag, Israeli flag, American flag.
Where is this?
Flag. In London. In
front okay, that's why the UK flag's there.
Yes, in front of the US Embassy. See, Iranians always show up, also Israelis.
Okay. Yeah, and in Iran, we actually have some clips as well. So there's more of that graffiti inside of Iran, but not towards Uncle Lindsey Graham. There's graffiti towards Prince Reza Pahlavi.
Oh.
So this is in Bandar Dayer, which was just bombed extensively. And it looks like someone went and sprayed Javid Shah, long live the king, onto the wall.
Nice.
And Prince Reza Pahlavi himself has, his team has reposted this. So Bandar Dayer and Bushehr, which just took a lot of bombs in the past couple of days, has come out, and we're starting to see some of the signs that we saw before the war in February 28th. We're seeing some of the graffitis coming out, people saying, whispering things again. So, in terms of the explosions, we just have more explosions in Bandar, in Strait of Hormuz. We have more explosions in Ahvaz. So just more of the same along the southern coast. The strikes last night conducted for about 6 hours before CENTCOM announced that they were over. So we might see the same tonight. And then after we ended the program last night, we also had the Islamic Republic fire as many missiles as they possibly could towards everyone, actually. So we're going to probably see the same tonight. Again, all of this is dependent on, are they going to fire at ships or not? And today they did again, so they'll keep getting hit. I don't see them stopping hitting ships, because now they've established, the Islamic Republic has established that, hey, if we just hit ships, this is it. This is all that we're gonna slap on the wrist. Maybe like a harder slap on the wrist, but it's just a slap on the wrist. Okay, so with that, let's we'll keep an eye on here. I'm looking constantly to see if there's anything new. But with that, we had Zevi Ginsburg become a YouTube member. Welcome on board. Thank you for joining.
Welcome to the group.
Welcome. And channel 0071 says, my favorite show. Oh, thank you.
Thank you. That's very sweet.
If you guys keep tuning in, I think we have the best time slot, because whenever we go live, it's like we got all the news of the day. And then while we're live, we get all the remaining news of the day. The only thing we really miss is like the Islamic Republic's retaliation against the Persian Gulf Arab countries. And thank you for that super chat. And Justin saying the flagship Liberty Politics channel of the day. Give us some good boom boom news, boys. Payande Iran.
Yes. Ali has the goods always.
We got the goods for you guys. So, thank you, Justin. And Fleshy Interloper is saying, for the counter, thank you very much.
Ooh, thank you. Always has your back.
Always has my back. Thank you very much, Fleshy. And Father of Chaos saying, is Armin okay? Did he get to eat?
So I just want to say I love you guys because in my last stream I wasn't watching the time, so I didn't get a chance to eat. And then at the beginning of the stream, so many of you guys are like, "Oh no, Armin, did you eat? Did you eat?" And I was like, I just started some of them because I was so touched that you guys were worried about me. So thank you guys. That's very sweet. I didn't get to eat, so I brought my food here. But thank you guys. That's very sweet. You guys are so kind.
Sweet. And
yeah,
Lior also saying, Armin, eat your lunch now. It's okay. We don't mind.
Thank you. You guys are so sweet. Thank you guys. I love you guys.
As well as James Moore, thank you for the super chat, saying, I'm awaiting all the conspiracies about Lindsey Graham's passing. He literally just got back from Ukraine. I didn't like everything he did, but he was one of the better political types. Yeah, I mean, in terms of Iran, he was great.
In terms of almost everything, in my opinion. But even if he wasn't, here's the thing, guys. Even if he had really bad takes, the beautiful thing about Lindsey Graham is that he supported everyone being able to have their opinions and fight for their opinions, even if it was against him. He was really a true champion of liberty.
Yes. His toxicology report is going to be released soon, so we'll have full clarity, but they're saying that he had, I think, what was it? It's like arteriosclerosis. So basically, like, his arteries weren't doing so well, and he got a problem with that. It seems like one of them ruptured or had some sort of problem with it, and he had cardiac arrest as a result. Okay, so just new explosions in Keshm Island, again, in the Strait of Hormuz, so the strikes are still ongoing. But thank you so much, James Moore. And Fleshy saying, no corn? They are in a popcorn frenzy. I think they realized that it's probably not a good idea to trade their oil money for corn. And yeah, they're hitting ships now. They're being pretty belligerent.
But now they're going to get nothing. So no corn for you. So no corn, no soy. Yeah, you might have got like now, like a lot of the funds that were supposed to be released to them, none of that is happening. The $24 billion, the $300 billion that was supposed to be invested, none of that is happening.
Yeah, no way. I mean, not that it was happening in the first place, but it's definitely not happening now. But yeah, I mean, so technically the ceasefire is over. The MOU is still somehow there. And both sides are trying to see, like, what is the red line of the other side? And they're pushing. I mean, well, the Islamic Republic is pushing the US's red line. And the red line is being moved, and it's still being met. So where is the real red line? I'm not really sure. We'll find out soon, probably. Thank you, Fleshy. Redneck Jeep is saying, I believe we are softening coast and islands for the Marines' landings. They're definitely leaving that option open.
A lot of people are saying that. I'm not saying that that's true necessarily, Redneck Jeep, but a lot of people have that analysis. I've seen that.
Yeah, what we do know is that they are preparing for the possibility of it happening. We don't know if they've decided on it. We just know that it's an option. Thank you, Redneck. And James Moore saying, Ali, I have you given CENTCOM the go-ahead since you're live? You know, I've been texting back and forth with them on like, hey, maybe we should like do a bit more than this, don't you think? And they're like, you know when people respond to you, like you text them immediately and then they get back to you like an hour later. It's kind of it's kind of like that right now. I'm
Oh, no,
telling them though, I'm
CENTCOM's
like, hey, you
closing.
should probably, you know, I'm like, you know, without saying it on text, but hopefully they'll listen soon. Thank you, James. And Shauna saying, Israel and Iran join America in our grief. May we always remember. Yep. Rest in peace to Senator Lindsey Graham.
Yes, thank you, Shana.
There you go. Okay. Thank you, Shauna. And James Moore saying, due to my mental health, I cannot dwell on sad things. Please, let's move on. Rip Lindsay. However, we are at war and casualties are expected. It's something that we may have to get used to in the next little while. Yeah, I mean, I hope he's not a casualty from this. You know, it is probably just knowing what I know. I'm leaning more towards just natural causes. He's 71, you know. Yeah. But if he was like 40 or 50, I'd be like, okay, it's a little weird. You don't really see that too often. But yeah, thank you, James.
Thank you. Yeah,
Hope
we moved on already.
Hope the Russian anti-air defense cheered you up a bit. It was a great video.
Yes. That's why I said we should have it after.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And James also said the Ukrainian drone operators are really good. They started literally the week of the invasion with DJI drones, and now they're building literally hundreds a day. Their knowledge could be very handy to have or borrow. They're being hired across the world to train different militaries on how to use drones. They are so good that they are literally tying sticks to drones and using that like aerial warfare. The drone with the stick will come and like smack the other Russian drone out of the air. Like if it hits the propeller of the Russian, that's how good these guys are. I'm not even kidding. It's like reusable drones. You just tie a stick on it and you just whack the other drone in midair, and that's it. You're done.
Yeah, I saw some drones, some Ukrainian drones with fishing poles on them.
Yeah. Like how good do you have to be to do that, by the way? That's, I don't know. Okay, so we got some info on the Strait of Hormuz traffic. Over the last 24 hours from now, 20 vessels have transited through. I don't know how many are going in or how many going out, but it seems like the total is 20. Very low. And we now have confirmation of drones and anti-aircraft activity over Kermanshah. Things are still going on. Okay. Here we go. We got Jew Hater saying, Ali, your supreme leader died like a dog today. Who will contest Trump's deal in Congress now? Remember those passive-aggressive comments towards him? Nope.
Nope, we don't know. And Jew Hater, you suck at this. First of all, it's very common for Muslims to hate dogs, right? So don't remind us of that. And you know, every time you say this, we're going to remember that your supreme leader died while hiding in his bunker, like the coward that he was, while having his family next to him, even though he knew that this is a dangerous, like, how disgusting of a man that does that have to be? Judah, you know this is your weak spot every time you bring that up. Lindsey Graham died peacefully in his bed. Your supreme leader was in a hole, wasn't able to come and see outside for months because he was hiding like the coward that he was and using his own family as a shield. And then he died in the most humiliating way that you guys have not even recovered from and will never will. And you're coping so hard by pretending that what happened to your supreme leader happened to other people. You're so desperate. You guys couldn't do anything against any American or Israeli leaders. So you just have to pretend that something that you know has not happened, that happened to your supreme leader. You have to keep pretending that it happened to other people. This is serious coping. Like, you are suffering so hard. This is why you're so desperate and come here and spend super chat money to get our attention, because there's nothing else you could do. You come here and try to find ways like, what can I'm so angry. I'm so angry that these people celebrated the death of my supreme leader. What are the magic words that I could write on with my keyboard that somehow one day I will get these people to get upset because what I wrote? And you're so frustrated because every time you post something and you spend your mom's money on it, every time you do that, we basically embarrass you and humiliate you. And you see that it's not working. And you see how every single time this backfires and how easily I humiliate you every single time. But you're so desperate. You're so desperate for just one day being able to write something that pisses us off, that you keep trying. Even though every time I embarrass you and humiliate you and I make you more frustrated, you're so desperate for one day to be able to get something out of us that you keep trying. And keep them coming, because I enjoy. It's so easy to humiliate you. It's so easy to embarrass you. And it's so much fun for me. And thank you, by the way, for spending all of this money supporting Zionism, a Zionist channel. You guys suck at what you do. Like, I don't know if you are proud of what you're doing, but everything you do is backfires. You really suck at fighting the enemies of Islam and your embarrassing Islamic regime. And look at this. This is, guys, every time somebody does that on social media is because they're crying and they're trying to hide it with a emoji like this. They're like, so when you get so butthurt, normal people don't do it. When you say so butthurt, you cover your tears with the emoji, laughing tears emoji. But see, guys, see how easy it is. I think I'm really good at this. I'm really good at the humiliating these people. But go on, Elia.
Yeah, by putting him in his place. Okay, so we have some breaking news. We have more explosions in Khuzestan province. So the cities around Ahvaz, which is the major city there, are also being bombarded. We have another assassination. So the head of the provinces, of the Khuzestan provinces, Special Operations Communications Unit, who is in Ahvaz Airport, has been eliminated. So the airport in Ahvaz seemed to have been the target of the strikes in the city. And head of the province's Special Operations Communications Unit. Why do they have such complicated names? This guy was probably just the chief, some guy in the special IRGC, commando unit. So it looks like one of them got eliminated. Yeah, interesting. All right. So it seems like these maybe important figures for the region are being eliminated. That's another potential signal of some sort of land operation happening, a limited land operation happening. And then another piece of important news is that if we go to the map here and we go down to Oman, in the port of Dukm, which has been hosting various countries like the UK, Germany, and France's minesweepers, has also been spotted to be hosting the United States' Special Forces mothership, Ocean Trader. The same ship that handed it to Venezuela and took care of Maduro is now in Oman, spotted, confirmed. There they are.
What?
Yep.
Why? Interesting.
So if we're going at the angle of a limited land invasion of Iran, you would take the southern coast. You're preparing, that invasion by hitting all of these defense sites, radars, missiles, everything. And you're taking out some key people who are in charge of the logistical and communications. And then you also don't really worry about if your special operations ship is spotted. I mean, who can stop satellites at this point? The clouds are the only thing that can stop them. So that's also been revealed. But it looks like we did know that these operators have been here before, right before the February 28th war happened. Looks like they're back again. I don't know where they went in the meantime, but they're here.
Interesting.
So with that, let's go back to the super chats. Fleshy Interloper saying they will keep hitting ships until they're stopped. It's looking that way. It's really looking that way. You know, and they're paying for it in a way. They might be paying for it soon, pretty heavily. Maybe Hexet's statement of they're going to pay is like they're going to pay soon, not right now, maybe in a few weeks from now. Maybe we're making some sort of decision. Because remember, guys, President Trump abandoned his golf game, came back to the White House, had a big meeting, ordered these strikes, and CENTCOM for the second day has confirmed that the commander-in-chief, meaning Donald Trump, is specifically directing these strikes. They made sure to mention that. They usually don't say that before, so they're saying it this time.
Okay, so wait. Shauna is saying, "Ooh, are we kidnapping another president?" Honestly, I think when it comes to the president of the Islamic Republic, he would wish. No. I think that would be his dream come true. I think if the Americans land in Tehran and take President Pezeshkian in the helicopter, and like, you are under arrest, we're taking you to America. I think his first reaction, he would drop on his knees and he would say, "Thank you, thank you so much." He would start kissing all the people there who kidnapped him, and like, "Thank you, saved me, thank you." I genuinely think Pezeshkian, that would be a dream come true for Pezeshkian to get him out of there.
Yeah. You know, I was actually thinking, I'm like, leave him. He might do more damage, but they're actually going to pin all of the future failures on him. But if we take him out, who are they going to pin the failures on?
Right. Yes.
Okay. Yeah, so Fleshy, they're just doing they're focusing on Khuzestan tonight, the southwestern province of Iran, which borders Iraq. They're focusing on that province. They're bombarding it pretty extensively. So it looks like they're done with maybe the Bushehr province at the moment. I'm just wondering, I mean, how many times, like, what's in Bandar Abbas that's being hit for months?
That's why Feinstars keeps saying in the chat every time she gets frustrated. They're like, "What are you guys hitting in Bandar Abbas? There must be nothing left."
Thank you, Fleshy.
Do something somewhere else.
Yeah. And James Moore saying, "I thought Armin was taking up intermittent fasting. Do you?"
No. I used to think
naturally do.
That's. Oh, you naturally? No.
Yeah, I don't get hungry in the morning.
I eat all the time as long as it's healthy food. I could eat as much as I want. It just, if you read the right thing, then you could eat endlessly. In my
That's
opinion.
true.
Thank you, James.
Yeah, wow, just extensive bombarding of Khuzestan. I mean, Desful is being hit at this point, and Dimishk is being hit. Bahaban. Yeah, also all the surrounding towns and cities of Ahvaz. Thank you, James, for that super chat. And Ehef saying, "A good channel for the equipment used is Max Afterburner, a former fighter jet pilot. Short 10 to 20 minute videos as well." Yeah, actually, that'd be cool if we could get him. Maybe we should reach out to him and try to get his opinion on how a land invasion would play out in terms of the air support part of it.
Mm-hmm.
People would probably like that.
You should put your email in your X bio for people to reach out to you.
Okay. I'll do that. Thank you, Ehef. And I agree. And Aoki has been saying, "I love your show, but..." What do you mean, but? "I am wondering about Ali's eyebrows. Why do they not move? Are they real or paper cuts? Yeah, they're real. I don't know.
They're moving right now. There you go. That's moving.
Yeah,
Okay. Well, thank you for confirming.
they're real. Thank you. And Jew Hater is saying Graham is advocating for a regime change against Satan with his fellow hell dwellers, Lamau. Oh, well, I guess you'll see him there
Is
then,
that your
maybe, according to you.
Is that your attempt at the humor? You suck at everything, Jew Hater, even humor. I mean, I'm not surprised. You know,
I
Jew
really
Hater,
wanna
you
put
know,
a face to the name.
you know who you have to go to. You know, if you actually weren't so anti-Jewish, then you could see good humor, because Jewish people are really good at humor. But again, it's interesting because I think Jew Hater hates Jews because they have everything that he lacks: intelligence and humor. Honestly, everything. A leader, your leader, just yeah, everything.
Yeah.
This sucks, really. Like, usually a Jew Hater is always funny until he tries to be funny. Then he's not funny. Every time he's trying to be offensive, he ends up embarrassing himself, and it ends up being funny. But when he's trying to be funny, that's when you bore me.
He's funny looking. There's actually, I haven't even found, the only humor that I find in this guy is that he never fails to like surprise me in terms of stupidity. Every time that I'm like, okay, he should say something, right? Like, he has brain cells, and I'm not so sure at this point. But JT is saying, Ali, have you seen Hellish Reception by Sith Daddy? No. What is that? Is that a movie or a video, or I don't know. But let me know. Let me know what it's about.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, JT. And Sean, oh yeah, we answered this one.
Oh yeah, I already highlighted it. Yeah.
But what if my theory? Never mind. It's
No,
very unlikely.
say what's there.
So
No,
I
what's
made
that?
this theory a while ago that what if they're going to pull a Maduro on Mojtaba Khamenei? I don't know. Is he even alive at this point? There is literally no indication that he's alive. Nothing.
But if he is, that would be fun.
That would be fun. Tao Fei said, "Don't ask why the Special Forces mothership is there, Armin. Ask when." But the thing is, they were there for like months before the Maduro raid. They were there for a while, so it's not like they just showed up and then Maduro got snatched. So we don't know. But it makes sense for them to practice. I mean, it's hot over there and it's desert, and it's not the jungles of Caracas. But thank you, Tao Fei. I think Tao Fei's I think he's on the mothership. Sounds like it.
Oh. I
Thank
think
you for the super chat.
I think he's suggesting ask when they will, not when they will arrive, like when they will actually carry out an operation. Like they are going to do something significant, so it's a matter of when they would do it. I think that's what he means.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
When will they do it? I don't know. And James Moore is saying radar satellites see through clouds. Correct. Radar satellites see through clouds. Yeah. Yeah. That's great. I'm just not sure if they can differentiate between like specific ships. Tao's saying, Adi, shh, don't tell anyone. But hey, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe the radar satellites can differentiate between what type of ship is there, depending on the size, of course. But if they're generally the same size, I think it's pretty hard to get a concise reading. Thank you, James. I didn't think about that. And Rads is saying, look, this isn't going to end until there's boots on the ground. The United States and Israel should be taking this time to train separatist groups and arm them to fight against IRGC, and the tunnels
Wrong.
should be the targets. Oh, well, here's the thing. The
Okay,
separatist groups have their own objectives and agendas. What are you going to think they're going to do after you've armed them and trained them and given them intelligence and the ability to take land in Iran? Or do you think they're just going to give it back and be like, we who've wanted a Kurdistan forever and we're communist separatists are just going to give it back for you and just walk away? Hell no.
This is honestly the worst idea. Okay. So it's true that we need boots on the ground. Okay. But the boots that you need is the Iranian patriots. So the separatist groups are so low in number compared to the Iranians who their highest priority is to preserve the border integrity of Iran. The greatest force that you have against the Islamic Republic are the Iranian people. The Iranian people against the regime. So anybody who wants the Islamic Republic to fall, if you do anything that will turn the Iranian people against you, you have lost your greatest force against the Islamic Republic. The easiest way to make the Iranian people turn against you is to support the separatist groups. If you support the separatist group, the Iranian people will turn against you, and then you lose your greatest asset. You will lose your greatest asset against the Islamic Republic. This is the worst idea that you could have come up with, honestly. So if you want to train and arm anyone against the Islamic Republic, you have to rely on the Iranian people, not separatist groups. The separatist groups have no support in Iran, and the minority ethnic groups are also against them because they're patriotic. And anybody who does that will basically unite all of Iran. Like, these separatist groups don't have to worry about the Islamic Republic. The main force that will stand against them will be the Iranian people themselves. So if the separatist group want to fight against the Islamic Republic, the wall that would the main obstacle in their way would be the Iranian people, who would do everything to stop them. Because the Iranian people, the number one thing that they care about is the border integrity of Iran. There is no worse plan than this plan over here. There's absolutely no worse plan than this plan over here. Sorry to say, I'm just being honest with you. This is the best way to make sure that the Islamic Republic survives. In fact, this is the best way. This is the plan that the Islamic Republic hopes that you go with. This ensures the survival of the Islamic Republic if you go with this plan. There's no plan that helps the Islamic Republic more than this plan.
Yeah, just think about it this way. So you're absolutely on the right path when you say it's not going to, like, the boots on the ground are a great idea and it's not going to end until there's boots on the ground. That's absolutely true. Depends who those people are. And when you're pointing towards the separatist groups that are already there, maybe you're thinking, hey, they're already, militants trained. They're already, have their whatever going on. Maybe we just use them. Yeah, they got their own objectives, which is completely the opposite to the Iranian population, as Armin's saying. Look at what happened in Iraq. As soon as we went in and took out Saddam and the Ba'ath Party, they started killing each other. We don't want to have anything even close to that, where there's different groups in Iran fighting each other for different objectives. That would be a disaster, because right now, everyone in Iran wants the same thing. Why mess with that?
Also, keep in mind that what we're fighting for is not just the fall of the Islamic Republic. What you're fighting for is an Iran that is an ally to the rest of the world. What you're fighting for is an Iran that is an ally of Israel, that is an ally of the United States. If you get rid of the Islamic Republic and all you get after is chaos and separatist groups and basically dividing Iran into separate pieces, then you're going to have decades and decades of chaos, which is going to be an incubator for hundreds of terrorist groups, each one of them being their own Hamas-like terrorist group that will be planning many more October 7th to come. So your goal is not to just make the Islamic Republic go away. Your goal is to bring in its place an ally of the a strong ally of the United States and Israel, which the Iranian people are. So if you support separatist groups, you're not turning against the Islamic Republic. If you support separatist groups, you're turning against the Iranian people. By turning against the Iranian people love Israel. The Iranian people love United States. And this would be a great betrayal, and you are attacking the Iranian people. Remember, the separatist groups are not against the Islamic Republic. The separatist groups are against the Iranian people. and you're supporting the groups that are against the Iranian people. So you lose. You don't lose the Islamic Republic. You're also losing the Iranian people, and you lose the opportunity of having an Iran that is an ally of Israel and United States. And you're guaranteeing decades and decades of chaos and instability and terrorist groups rising from all corners of the Middle East.
Yes, and hopefully hopefully now you know, Brad.
Thank you.
And Jew haters saying the Islamic Republic of Japan. Yeah.
Yeah, actually,
Islamic Republic of
that's
Japan.
a fair point. The Islamic Republic, that's what happened to Japan, to the imperialist Japan. If you're not careful, what might happen to the Islamic Republic?
Be careful, Jew hater.
Yeah, there's a warning in there for you, Jew hater.
And Fizz Andricist is saying, where is the USS Boxer? I'm running low on popcorn. I don't know, but I did say the last time we saw it off the coast of India, I said it would probably take, another 2, 3, even 4 weeks for it to arrive. That was my gut feeling, and it looks like that might be true. A week has passed. We don't have any confirmation of it being in the Gulf of Oman or Arabian Sea, so we don't know. We're not sure. But we do know it's going. We do know it's going there.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of when.
But I don't think you're going to run low on popcorn anymore, because apparently the Islamic Republic is not going to get their popcorn, so that would leave a lot for the rest of us. So we're going to be fine.
That's a good one. I like that. Yeah. Thank you, Fizz Andricist. And man, this clown again. Jew haters saying those who bless Iran will be blessed.
I 100% agree with that, and this is why Israel is blessed, because Israel is blessing Iran and the Iranian people by liberating Iranian people, from helping liberate Iranian. So it's interesting because the Iranian people blessed Israel, the nation of Israel, many years ago by Cyrus-the Great, freed them. So now if they have influence in liberating the Iranian people, that shows that the Iranian people blessing the Jews and the nation of Israel eventually caused the Israelis to bless the Iran by liberating them from the Islamic Republic.
Yeah, maybe we're getting Jew hater to be on our side. I don't think so.
He's just too dumb to. He's just too dumb to understand that everything he says works in my favor.
And Fleshy Interloper saying 10. Thank you very much.
Thank
did
you.
Hit 10 here, right? We did it.
We did it, yes. Thank you guys for getting Ali to 10 to his goal.
Thank you very much. And Jew hater saying, whoever said to pull a Maduro in Iran, please be the lead pilot. Yeah, Armin, how could you say that? You got to go fly that plane.
Oh yeah, okay. Sorry, I didn't say that. I didn't know.
How does he not know that I said that? Is he half listening? Is he not listening? Is he asking ChatGPT what to say? Looks like it. I don't know. Yeah, that was me. I thought maybe I'll be the lead pilot. Yeah, no worries. Honestly, that'd be great.
Is he trying to be clever? I think I don't know.
It's just so
weak,
bland.
Yeah,
so bland.
Hey, Jew hater, if you want to be funny, stop trying to be funny. You're actually funny when you're not trying.
Yeah,
because it's so pathetic. But if you try, it bores everyone. But
yeah, just be yourself.
Yeah. And
James Moore is saying extraction of Mujtaba would be difficult. Isn't he in several pieces? Yeah. Hey, I mean, I don't even think that the helicopter that he'd be extracted from would be able to keep him alive. They'd have to bring in a whole, hospital bed, life support, all the medical devices for that. I mean, who knows?
Male nurses.
Oh yeah. Oh man. He would be like, "Oh my God, special forces soldiers."
Yeah. Maybe they don't even have to try. Maybe just jump out of the bed.
Yeah. Thank you, James. Father of Chaos is saying Max Afterburner was how I explained F-35I. Gotcha. Yeah, you mean I haven't listened to him recently, but I actually should be. I did listen to him a lot before, and what he did say did make a lot of sense. The information I get out of him is like not what is the US going to do, it's more of like what were the capabilities of the US Navy and Air Force? What can they do? So, yeah. I'd love to have him here, honestly. Or maybe we can, we just like a joint show at some point. Okay, there we go. Thank you, Father of Chaos. And JT, it says on YouTube, it's good. Watch it with Armin. Okay, let me
Yeah, we're gonna look into this. Is Hellish Reception? What's the name?
Yeah. Hellish Reception. Let me just check out what that is real quick.
Ooh.
Oh, it's like a. Oh, I see. I see. It's like the devil interviewing Ali Khamenei when he's finally arrived at the gates of hell,
Wait.
being like, "Why should I let you in?"
Is it this one? Hold on. Are we talking about this?
Yeah,
Okay. How long is it? Oh, it's 10 minutes.
10 minutes. Let's see if we can get through
we
these super
watch?
chats.
Okay, maybe we could watch it after.
Okay, thank you, JT. We'll try to get to that real quick. And then Taofe said, Addy, shh. Hey, you know what? Let me give an update on the Special Forces, actually. So I just found this article. Wait, sorry. Go back to this. So I just found this article, Tao. And we're going to expose you a bit more because we know that you're a Special Forces operator. So actually, the Ocean Trader, same Special Forces group that took out Maduro, and is, I mean, they've done this for a long time. I'm sure they don't want to hear me saying, oh, we just did Maduro, was actually July 8th. That was 4 days ago. And for a couple of weeks now, the U.S. military has been heavily using that port that Ocean Trader was in. And they've been using it for, I don't know, we exactly believe whether it's munitions or equipment loading. They're getting ready for something. That was 4 days ago. And we got to wait to see, can we see where the Ocean Trader's heading? Because they're actually not there anymore. They've left port. The last image of them was 4 days ago. So are they heading towards the Islamic Republic? We got to find them with some satellite imagery. Everyone, that's your job. Everyone who does this, that's your job. So thanks, Tao. We're coming for you. We're going to find you, actually. And Armin, or Jew Hater, is saying Armin made hella cash today. Thank you, Jew Hater.
Which is interesting because a lot of it is from your mom's credit card, and then I actually have to use it on your mom later today anyway. So it's kind of like circular.
That's why he's still able to donate to you.
This is like, yeah, this is a circular nature of you donating to us. It all lands back in the same place.
Yep. And Justin saying, Jew Hater says, I bet those Al-Zoo got so annoyed with all that reciting. Zoot got so annoyed with all that reciting and couldn't concentrate. Probably to put it in shocked face to keep things quiet. What do you think, Jew Hater? Let me decipher that. Hold up.
So here, let me tell you what's happening. So Al-Zoot, Al-Zoot were these jinns, big, tall, black men who were pounding
the
Prophet Muhammad's bum. According to Islamic Hadith scripture itself, like, guys, we're not making this up. So Muhammad, at one night, he had these tall black men come out and basically in the middle of the desert, basically grape him all night, and in the entire night he was reciting the Quran. This is according to Islamic scripture itself. So let me see. Justin is saying, I bet Al-Zud got so annoyed with all that reciting and couldn't concentrate, probably put it to what? Put it to in to keep
Like
okay.
make them shut up, like
To keep
physically
things
make them
quiet.
shut up.
Okay. What do you think, Jew hater? Yeah. By the way, guys, this is actually part of Islamic hadith. That Muhammad in the middle of the desert, he had like these black tall men. And again, I'm not saying that this is Islam. Come out and all night, and he was reciting the Quran while it was happening.
Interesting.
Go look it up, guys. Go look. We're not making this up. Search Hadith Al-Zut Muhammad. Search for that. It's crazy.
It's actually probably the only thing you should search about Islam, and you will win every single argument from then on with any Muslim.
Yeah. And he said at the end of it that he's in pain to his friend.
Yeah, well, his friend watched the whole night.
Yeah, well, his friend was watching. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Not the king.
And then we have this clown again.
You have a weird religion. Like, come on, man. That's like weird. You guys have the weirdest religion.
And Jew haters saying the foreign agents who hate themselves were already caught by Iran and dealt with already. No one left to arm. Graham just met them today.
So, so guys, this is Jew hater justifying the genocide of the Iranian people that happened.
What a great thing to joke about. Yeah.
Yeah.
But the death of Lindsey Graham and the massacre of the Iranian people, you managed to do it in one super chat. That's incredible.
This is how violent, disgusting these people are.
Yep, all of them. Never fails to surprise me.
I mean, if you worship a prophet that rapes children and took it up the butt by willingly by while he got his friend to watch. I mean, if you believe in those two things, you might as well believe in that. Why not?
Yep.
Yeah.
And Tao Fei saying info. Special forces teams are trained to build an army using 12 cross-trained specialists. The mothership has many teams. Just saying. Ooh. Interesting. That does take time, though, for them to train people. A lot of time. So yeah, that's just the point to keep in mind. Thank you so much, Tao. I actually didn't know that. See, I feel like only someone who's, maybe on the ocean trader could possibly tell me that. I don't know.
Ooh,
but thank you, Tao. And James Moore says, Jew hater means just hooked. I hope so. Maybe we should just say just hooked. Maybe saying Jew hater to him is, maybe that's egging him on. I don't know.
No, I want people to know how vile this person is.
Yeah. Yeah, he's a disgusting piece of garbage, actually. James, you can go way deeper. You can insult him as much as you want. Every one of you can. We don't mind. Thank you, James. Koala Kating is saying, Koala Katie said, having a bad day? Read a few Jew haters super chats and realize you can't possibly suck at life that bad. Never intelligent thought and paying to let us all know that. Brilliant. I just really want to put a face to the name, and I want to know where his money's coming from. That is all I want to know. I don't care about anything else. I know everything else.
His mom. I know. I'm in touch with her.
Thank you, Koala Katie. Appreciate you. And right after, you're right, Koala Katie. Let's look at his super chats. So he says, Ali 2 seconds into the mission with a parachute. Hey, that's all it takes, I'm quick in some things. That's all it took to do the mission. I'm down. And AP Moto Arts saying, no matter how silly the MOU is, we signed it for 60 days. Look to August 17th for real decisive action. Until then, only tit for tat. Yeah, I mean, I hope so. A month left, but also that's just a stupid piece of paper. We can probably see how stupid it is. At any point, the both sides could just rip it up whenever it's convenient for them, and also they could just extend it as well. I think it's more bordering on like what is the red line of escalation that shouldn't be crossed, which is, the blockade, U.S. casualties, striking the Islamic Republic actual leadership. Those are the type of things that we know when the MOU is over. Israeli green light, for example. Yeah. Thank you, AP Moto Arts. Father of Chaos just sent Max a super chat, told him, oh, he's live right now. Cool. What did he say?
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah, this is the
Yeah.
best way to get people on our shows. Just go super chat them and tell them to come, tell them how to contact us. The best way to contact me is if you go to my email, armin.navabi@gmail.com, or you could contact me on my X account. I think I follow him. Yeah, tell them to contact us. Tell them to go Armin. Like the best way is just to tell them to find my contacts on X, because I put my email on X as well in case I don't follow them, but I do follow him.
Yeah. If you could let us know, actually, Chaos, what he said, just like in a regular chat, you don't have to super chat or anything. I'll be looking for it. But yeah, thank you for doing that. Appreciate that.
Thank you.
And James Moore saying, I saw 2 Spanish transport planes from that area and a New Zealand transport plane that went somewhere over the Indian Ocean with its transponder off, and they flew out of Sri Lanka. This was yesterday. Don't know what they were doing, but oh, you're monitoring it for us. We really appreciate when you guys help us with the intelligence gathering here, because there's always going to be something we miss. Spanish and New Zealand transport planes. Spain's in NATO. New Zealand isn't. Transport planes, huh? Yeah, I'm not really sure what they were doing. But if I ever hear that again, I will come straight back to you and let you know that you were right. Thank you very much, James. Justin said, sorry, typo. Put it in the mouth to keep things quiet. No, we definitely got that. We definitely understood that one. Just not sure it went there. I think it went somewhere else, apparently.
Thank you, Justin.
Okay, so thank you, Justin. Quick update. U.S. officials have stated that you can expect that tonight's attacks will see a larger wave of U.S. strikes against Iranian military targets compared to the previous strikes carried out. Okay, so technically that's true because they're hitting a bunch of new targets in the southwest of Iran. But yeah, I mean, technically that's true. Sure.
Okay, so Ali, I want to watch this video with our audience.
Let's do it.
Can we do that? Or okay, but before I do that, I want to show you another video, because every day I'll try to find a video for you guys to get an understanding of what's happening inside Iran. So I get a lot of videos from what's happening inside of Iran, but that demonstrates the internal politics, and I don't want to show all of them to you guys because I don't want to bore you guys with too much internal politics within the Islamic Republic. But I try to, among all of them that we go through on the Persian channel, I try to find which one of them would be the most revealing, the most helpful video for everybody here to get the most understanding of the internal drama of the Islamic Republic, right? Guys, let me know in the chat if that's helpful, right? So like, for example, every day on the Persian channel, which is mostly our audience is mostly inside Iran, we go over, I don't know, between 10 to 14 videos of the videos that we review. And then I say like, okay, this one is good for the English channel. So for everybody to get an update regarding the internal drama and infighting within the Islamic Republic, right? So you guys know that we're not making stuff up, right? So that the internal division, the frustration, the different sides that people are taking is based on actual information that we have from them, right? So here, this video is very telling, right? So this is the officials from the state TV. Like this is like a TV anchor from the Sedosima, the state TV, and he's passing by, and this woman starts shouting somewhere at him, right? So this is a woman from the people who are against the MOU, the people who want to chant death to the compromisers, whoever negotiates with the Americans, they are traitors. She's one of those people. And now she's yelling at the state TV, at the state media of the Islamic Republic. So let me play it and tell you what's happening here. Let me know if you understand. So far, do you guys understand what's happening? So this is the pro-regime, pro-Islamic rule, pro-Khamenei, pro-supreme leader, pro-Islamic revolution, pro-Islam, basically, mindset this woman is. And she's angry with the state media. And why is she angry? What is she angry about? Listen to this. So she's saying stop censoring people by playing music over their chants. Okay. So she's saying to the state TV personnel, stop censoring people by playing music over our chants on TV. So listen to this. Why do you put music on when people are chanting? Why are you silencing the people? Why do you play music over our chants, the chants of the people? Why are you in favor of the traitors, basically being Ghalibaf, Pezeshkian, and Araghchi? Why are you defending the traitors? When the Jews are controlling the state media, this is the result. She's saying this is because the Jews have taken over. The Jews have taken over the state media of the Islamic Republic. That's what she's saying. Wait, what? When the Jews gain control, this is the result. Okay, so guys, what's happening here is that these people believe that the Jews have taken over the Islamic Republic. Okay, so the Islamic Republic is now being controlled by the Jews. There's a coup that has happened. The supreme leader has been pushed aside. The current Ghalibaf, Pezeshkian, Araghchi are agents of the Jews who are trying to compromise with the Americans with negotiating and signing the MOU. They're surrendering the country to the enemy because these are the Jews who are now controlling the Islamic Republic and the state media. And the reason why she's complaining is she's saying that she's noticing that on state TV, when the people are chanting, when they say death to America and death to Israel, they let that play. But when they're chanting death to the compromisers or death to the hypocrites or the people who are negotiating with the enemy, they are traitors, then the state TV plays music over it and tries to silence those chants because those are anti-Ghalibaf chants. And this shows that Ghalibaf has taken over the state more control over the state media. And these people are noticing that the regime is silencing not just our people who are anti-regime, the secular anti-regime uprising people, but now the Islamic jihadi people who want revenge, who want no compromise, they're noticing that they're being silenced as well. This is what we predicted 5 years ago. This is what I coined the double uprising 5 years ago. I told people that this will happen one day before any of this, before the 12-day war, before the 40-day war, before the death of Khamenei, before any of this. I told everybody that there will be a day where the Islamic Republic has the secular anti-regime Iranians to deal with, but also its own base of support will turn against it, and it will be a double uprising. The 95%, the more than 95% of the Iranian people who want a secular government, democratic secular government with normal relationship with the rest of the world, and the less than 5% Islamically minded, jihadi, anti-American, anti-Israeli, they will also one day turn against the Islamic Republic. And this is what's happening. And not only this is happening, so guys, this is a demonstration that everything that we've been telling you is not an exaggeration. Not only is not an exaggeration, it's been escalating to the point that the regime is censoring these chants by playing music over them. Let me know if this was helpful and educational for you to see what's happening. Did you guys understand what's happening here? Like based on the translation and the explanation? Let me know if it was clear, and was it also educational regarding the current political dynamics in Iran? What do you think, Ellie?
I think you're absolutely right. If we just take a look at this signal on its own, it might not mean much. But if you watch the show this week, you see that there was another like 5-6 signals that are all just like this. And these are all happening these past 2 weeks in the Islamic Republic. They can't control their own followers. They're trying their best to do it, though. It's going to be a problem for them.
Okay. We got 2 more super chats. Let's respond to those before we go to this video that was recommended to us in a super chat.
And Ehef said, if we arm people, we should give the guns to Reza Pahlavi and let him and his people handle distribution. So I think they've already started on that, actually.
This is actually very true, Ali. We always say that if any of the arming of the Iranian people needs to be done, you and I say this all the time, with the leadership and coordination with Prince Reza Pahlavi and his team. It shouldn't be done with any other group, and it shouldn't be done directly with the Iranian people without involving Prince Reza Pahlavi and his team. 100%.
Yeah, absolutely. Yep, that is a smart way of doing about it. And I'm pretty sure they actually started doing that. I think back like a month ago, they started doing that. So hopefully we see the results of that in the future. I'm really looking forward to it. And thank you, Ehef. And Justin is saying, in all seriousness, hypothetical. We take out every streets like level IRGC, the boots, the turbans, the suits, we take out everything. What's to stop the 5 million civilian supporters of the Islamic Republic from taking their place? Or can we count on the people to stop that? Okay, if we look back to January, they didn't even have enough people to like do it, so they had to bring in external terrorists to come and help them. And maybe back then you could argue that there were 5 million civilian supporters of the Islamic Republic. It's not even 400,000. I mean, it's 400,000 if you're looking at the funeral of Ali Khamenei. Let's just say 1 million, though. Let's be super generous and say it's 1 million. Yeah, I don't think that's anywhere near enough numbers-wise. They'll
1 million
have
with
money.
no fighting experience. With like these people will run. They will piss their pants and run away as soon as they if they see the overwhelming millions of Iranian people coming at them. These people, they pretend like they're willing to die. They're not even willing to. They're not even willing to show up for a funeral unless they're handing out eggs.
They also need guns. That's why they tried to distribute AKs across the different mosques to the regime supporters. But even back then, we were telling you, how many people can they possibly arm? How many AKs and guns are they, and bullets, most importantly, are they able to give to random people who are just going to be cannon fodder at the end of the day? So yeah, hopefully, don't worry, Justin. That's a far-fetched scenario. If we take out even 20% maximum of the repressive capability of the regime, they're done for, much less all of it.
Well, good question, by the way.
Yeah, great question. Thank you, Justin. And Ayla says, you give me hope, Armin, that there can be a better world. Oh, what's your response to that?
Well, thank you. Well, I mean, the world has always gotten better through time. So that's what gives me hope. I have so much hope in people, and I have hope in civilization. You know, we have our ups and downs, but whenever you zoom out, the world has been consistently getting better. And not only is getting better, it's getting better at a more rapid pace. Every time you feel, you know, every time you zoom in, you might lose some hope regarding where the world is going. But just zoom out a little bit and look at how far we've come, and also see that without fail, we're always getting better. Without fail, throughout history, we're always getting better. The future is so beautiful. The future is very bright. And thank you for saying that, because that's what I try to do.
Yeah, it's really sweet of you. Quick updates here. We have more jet activity over Tehran, and anti-aircraft activity over eastern Tehran now. That's about it. Okay, so yeah. And BT asked a question here. So BT said, barely made it back in time. I'm here. Did anything crazy happen in Iran while I was gone? They're striking the southwest of Iran, which we actually didn't see before to this extent. They're extensively bombarding all the towns, major towns there that the IRGC are in. There's actually 2 assassinations that they carried out for the logistics and the communications, important people in both of those areas. And then the Strait of Hormuz is getting bombarded. The entirety of the south coast of the Islamic Republic is getting bombarded. Everything else is largely the same, though. We can expect the Islamic Republic's missiles to start raining down on Kuwait and Bahrain any minute now. So yeah, there we go. And last super chat by Aryan of Persia, saying, if or when the regime falls, what happens to its ardent supporters? Can we expect them to integrate and participate in future institutions and processes? Oh, Armin, can I say this real quick before you say this? Because I know you have. Armin's answered this question many times. Okay. For a little bit, if we're thinking far, if I'm suddenly the leader of Iran and I run the country and I'm thinking 50 years in the future, like Mohammad Reza Shah Pahlavi was, here's what I would think. Let them have representation in parliament. Let them integrate into society if they want to. Do not repress them unnecessarily and force them underground to form, another Hamas or Hezbollah or terrorist cults. Let them think that they have representation, because at the end of the day, they're not going to make significant decisions in any sort of meaningful way. 300 members of parliament, 4 of them are what? Islamists. Okay, so what? But also, the children can no longer be going to Islamic schools. They need to be going to public Iranian schools. If they want to go private, I can't stop that. That's totally their right. But the public schools are going to be pushing Iranian nationalistic ideas. Muslim bad because Muslim kill. Iranian good, Iranian culture, Iranian history, Muslim bad. 1 generation later, a lot of these kids grow up with all of these Iranian nationalistic values. When they have kids, so 2 generations later, that's it. Now the millions of these Islamists, you have a majority of them turned into pro-Iranian values and everything, and majority of that problem is solved if you have enough time. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I mean, if they want to have representation, that representation cannot be Islamic. Like, they could vote for whoever they want, but the government will be secular. There will be no Islamic government, right? For sure. But the way I look at it, so yeah, I mean, you don't want to silence people by force, right? But you will crush every single one of them if they want to do any terroristic activities or any operations against stability of the government. Then the full force of the government should come down upon them, right? So based on that, there will be there's 3 categories of these people. Those who were just, even though if they have some bad ideas and, some of their ideas are aligned with the regime, they're mostly were doing what they were doing because they were getting paid. And if they get paid by the new government or the new job, they will just do what they're told because of their new employees. That's the first category. Then you have the diehard supporters who will continue to be diehard supporters, but they will not be violent about it. Like, they're not going to do terrorist activities or stuff like that. They're just going to be there with crappy ideas, right? That's not that big of an issue because every country has that. I mean, United States has racists, Nazis, communists. As long as we're going to have our fair share of garbage, people with garbage ideas. Every country has its fair share of garbage ideas, right? And I think we might actually have it less than other people, compare, maybe other countries, for example, in Europe, they're importing the worst types of people, right? But we actually, I think as a percentage, they're going to be less than our population. We cannot eliminate 100% of that, right? So I'm just saying that at the end of the day, every country will have a certain percentage of people with garbage takes. As long as that percentage is not too high, you can never bring that percentage to zero, right? The expectation of that percentage being zero is unreasonable. Every country has that. We just should strive for having that percentage to be low. And I think for Iran, it might already be low, but obviously we need to work on their children, to try to not let their children be brainwashed by their parents. That's the main thing we need to do, right? I think we're lower. We're especially lower compared to other countries in the region. So that's not going to be a unique problem that we cannot solve. The main problem is going to be the ones who want to get involved in terrorist activities against the new government, the new secular government. That is the main problem, right? That is the one that we need to basically calm down. That's going to be our Hamas. The way Hamas is to Israel, this is going to be for us. But I think the main difference is that they're not going to. Hamas has the oil and gas money of Iran backing it up. These groups will not have that anymore because we will have the oil and gas of Iran. So that's a great advantage to us. But we need a strong army, a strong police, and many strong intelligence agencies. And we need to cooperate with Israel. IDF needs to, Artesh needs to be working with the IDF, and our Savak needs to be working with Mossad to be able to find these people wherever they are, hunt them down, and eliminate them wherever they are. That's what we need to do. That's how you deal with this. But when it comes to the ones who are not being violent but still have garbage ideas, the key is education and the removal of brainwashing, not just in school but also at home. I'm very much in favor of making the Islamic brainwashing of children, even at home, to be considered child abuse and punishable by law.
That would be great. That'd be great. Yeah, the private schools would have to get some pre-approved doctrine that they can and cannot push with audits and all of that. But yeah, I agree. We should smack down as hard as possible, send the clearest signal on those militant, violent extremists as early as possible, full force. And I don't think we'll have any problem finding backing for that or funding for that in a new government. Great question, Aryan. Thank you.
Thank you.
So we have a few more super chats. Armin, do you think we can watch it tomorrow? Because I might have to leave soon.
Yep. Okay.
Or if you want, I can go and then.
No, it's okay. We can watch it tomorrow. We'll watch it tomorrow. Okay.
Yeah, sorry about that.
No.
Shannon Moore is saying, I think we just assumed Jew hater's name is Jew hater. Maybe it's Jew hugger. He does seem to love funding Zionism. Please call him Jew hugger from now on, just in case. We'll consider it. We do also want to see what people are seeing him, how big of a piece of garbage he is.
Yeah, we don't want to confuse new people. Why are you hating on this Jew hugger?
Yeah.
Be nice to him. Yeah.
Thank you, also, some people have said, where's the allogram? So I found 2 for you guys, and then I'll find more for you tomorrow, because I feel bad. I haven't shown them in a couple days here. So thank you, Shannon. The Real Sow saying, Armin and Ali, how's the weather? It's all over the place, actually. It's gray one day and sunny the other for me.
I don't get out much, so I don't know. I'm working so hard these days. I was on a date recently with my wife, and it was really nice. But I need to, I've been streaming so much. I need to go out more often.
Mhm. Yeah, you should definitely take a vacation sometime if you can. Although, I mean, kind of being held in limbo here as well.
It was great. Last week I went on a date and it was perfect.
That's great. Okay, so, and then the Real Sal also said, hi, Eddie. And hi, Armin.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi. Thank you.
Hello.
Hello.
The Real Sal also said, how are you feeling, Armin? How are you, buddy?
Oh, let me see. Thank you. Saying, how are you feeling, Armin? How are you, buddy? Well, I'm good. I'm feeling good. It's always fun to hang out with Ali and you guys over here. So, yeah. Guys, I really do enjoy. I'm doing this. Like, this is even if I had everything in the world, even if I had, like, I don't know, $10 trillion, this is what I would choose to spend my time on. So, yeah, I'm good. I'm good doing what I love doing the most with you guys and with Ali here. So, yeah.
That's great. That's why everyone loves you. And thanks to Real Sal for checking in on Armin. And File said, what do you think the chances are that the regime supporter civilians will start riots, uprising against the compromisers, quote unquote, and etc., before the real uprising by the Iranian people?
It is a real possibility. They have promised that they would do that. That's why they wear their white shrouds, to say that when we do an uprising, we're not going to be afraid of you killing us. So we have to see how serious that's going to get. But they have said for a couple of years now that one day they are going to do that.
I sure hope so. That'd be great. Also, this type of, like, when you do analysis on these type of things, you can use all the logic and reasoning in the world, and then when it comes down to it, the IRGC could just start shooting each other, and you don't know why, and then you find out afterwards. So, guys, keep that in mind, even if it's unlikely. Thank you, File.
Thank you.
And Motorpool Grease Monkey has said, hello. Hello. Guys, are you going live, Monkey, today? I think so, right? Let's see.
Yeah, here.
Yes, the legacy of Lindsey Graham.
Legacy of Lindsey Graham. Wow. Look at that. That's beautiful. Guys, I'm going to put the link to Monkey's channel in the chat. Go subscribe to him. Look at him. He's he's getting to 1,000 soon, so he's going to be able to monetize.
Sweet.
So he's at 634 subscribers right now, and he's going to go live right after us. So the link to his channel is in the chat.
Great.
And yeah, go watch this. He's going to be talking about the legacy of Lindsey Graham today.
Yes. And he goes live
also,
after us.
Also subscribe to Ali. People on my channel, go subscribe to Ali, because we're trying to get him to 10,000. We're trying to get Ali to 10,000. He's almost at 3 now.
Heck yeah. 2.5 almost, pretty much.
Yeah.
It's been great. Thank you, everyone. Seriously, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Royna Pora is saying, we all know in our hearts that this can no longer end in agreement. Sure hope you're right.
You're right. No, they're 100% right. There's no agreement that could end this conflict. 100%.
And
that was.
You might not have to wait too long for that. The special forces are here. Okay, so that does seem to be it for the strikes, actually. There aren't any new explosions that have been coming out. Again, the new area of the Islamic Republic that was hit tonight was the southwestern province, which has not been hit before. The implication of that is that if you look at a map of Iran, the invasion of troops can only happen from the south coast, from the Persian Gulf, and the southwestern part of Iran through the land, from Iraq into Iran. Those are the two parts that you can have troops go in. And those are the two parts that have been being bombarded. So these are definitely preparations, and to keep the United States military option open to conduct a land operation if they need to. I'm not saying that the decision has been made. I'm just saying that they're ready for it, just in case. Yeah, okay, so as I promised, I'm going to show you guys a couple allograms, and then, where is it? There it is. Here we go. Oh no, don't do this to me. Of course. Of course. Okay, so we'll have one here. And this will generally reflect the...
Did the admin delete it? Did the admin delete it?
The admin
Okay,
deleted it.
screenshot them.
I have to screenshot it.
Guys, the admins are deleting that. So this, okay. Wow, they're cracking down.
The admins don't go in and delete all the heinous insults that they throw at each other, but they go in and delete the specifically constructed political statements. God. Like I have to sift through so much Islamic Durkha insults being thrown at each other, and then I finally get to a good statement and they just delete it. It's so man.
That's the one that they can't take.
That's one that they take. So this guy is saying, so the guys, this is an IRGC group chat. They watch the news, the IRGC news, and they come into the official IRGC group chat to discuss the news and stuff. And so these are all Islamic regime supporters, pretty diehard ones. One of them saying, don't try to like talk to the US. They won't stop until they kill the entirety of the Iranian people. Tomorrow they'll say, oh, look, America's undermining us. No. Esfand, which is what month of the American calendar? A few months ago, basically, everyone was behind the Islamic Republic because the Americans were attacking us indiscriminately. But right now, there's no justification for continuing the war except to destroy our own country. So some people have been taking this position. We're just tired. Even though we're pro IRGC, we're pro Islamic Republic, we're tired. Before, we're seeing our entire country get bombed. It made sense to back the Islamic Republic. But now, look at what's happening to us. We're just getting our country destroyed economically in every sense. We're losing the negotiations. Stop. I'm not going to keep on supporting you guys if you want to continue the war. And we can see the supporters are generally in a sense of discontent. I mean, even in the mosques and in the gatherings as well. So this is what's being said in the group chats. And then you guys can also see it in public as well.
Interesting.
See, but yeah, and then they also do this really stupid argument where they are like, hey, look at what happened in Iraq and Afghanistan, Libya, Syria, and all these countries. If we surrender to them, do you think they'll just like leave us alone? No, they're gonna kill everyone in Iran and all of this and that. I'm just like, oh my God, guys, there's seriously people who actually think that. See right now. Okay. Yeah, so the latest messages as of right now, I just checked the last couple of ones. They're just saying like, hey, they just hit our Khuzestan province. They're hitting like the southwestern part. Aren't we going to respond to that? Yeah.
Getting angry because, yeah, this is a constant message I see from the pro-regime people. Like, oh my God, they hit this. Why are we not responding? Oh my God, the Americans hit that. So Feinstrass, they have your version on their side as well. They're like, oh my God, the Americans are basically doing everything they want, and why is it is so embarrassing? Why are we not responding? So they have, in server and Feinstrass in their chat as well in their Telegram groups.
Yep. So I will go through and find some more over there. Hopefully some good ones. I'll try to filter for some keywords. Maybe it'll save me some time. But yeah, guys, please make sure you subscribe to both of our channels. We are here every day when we do this. We cover the past 24 hours of everything that's Iran related, And then we give you our analysis based on evidence so you guys can decide what you think is going to happen next. We're here every day.
Oh, I'm sorry, fine, sir. I'm sorry. She's saying, don't insult me like that. Okay, no, I was joking. Okay. No, I was joking. I'm sorry. Yes, and guys, subscribe to Liberty Politics and Ali's channel and the Monkey channel. And yeah, guys, if you're wherever you're watching this, like, subscribe, follow, and leave a comment and share us to everybody, friends, enemies, everybody, so that we could grow. You guys know that we have the best takes here. You guys know it. Like, you don't deny it. You guys know that the stuff that we give you here, you're not going to get anywhere else. So just share it so that more people come and benefit from our, analysis, and also the information that you're not going to get anywhere else. Okay, I've been saying 5 stars is saying I forgive you. Maybe okay. Playing hard to get.
Alrighty then.
Okay. All right, guys, we're gonna go. We'll see you guys same time tomorrow. And until then, I'm Israel Chai.
Slava Ukraini.
Cuba Libre.
Long live America.
Long live America.
Javid Shah.
Javid Shah. Payande
Iran.
Mwah. See you guys same time tomorrow. Subscribe.